There are people that demons, spirits come to molest, and they will show you all the signs. Some of them are even captured on camera. You don't see anybody, but you see physical things happening, and you are wondering, how is this possible? It's not something you want to come into church and start trying to explain with doctrine. You will waste your time. There are many things that are difficult to capture doctrinally, but don't argue their manifestation. No. Somebody tells you that for the past 1 year, she's been molested by spirits and she can feel it. Don't come and say, it's not in the Bible. You are joking. No. I will show you today many things that theologians have not been able to explain from the Bible. I will show you. Number one, the witch of Endor being able to summon Prophet Samuel, and Samuel came to give a prophetic word about the death of Saul that happened the next day. Went into the gates of the underworld and brought a prophet, a holy man of God, and the holy man showed up and told Saul what will happen the next day, and it happened. These are things that have been debated. That's not all. The origin of demons, where do they come from? You can't explain it, but you can't deny their manifestation. There are arguments that say demons are disembodied beings because they are the sons of the Nephilims, and that when the first world was destroyed, they were purged. And because they were offsprings of spirits, and because God did not have a provision for them, there was nowhere they could go. So when their bodies were destroyed, they began to look for bodies to possess. Because they were created, they were born with bodies. That's when angels had intimacy with daughters of men. They gave birth to giants. When God purged the world in the days of Noah, those giants were destroyed. But their spirits had nowhere to go, because God didn't have them in his plan. So they started floating about as demons, and they are the ones who possess men. That's one argument. And there are many other arguments, and theologians keep debating and debating, because the manifestation is real, but there's no accurate explanation or doctrine. Take for example, the ascension of Enoch and Elijah to heaven. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom. How did they go to heaven? And there was no testimony of transfiguration. They were carried like that, bodily to heaven. And the Bible said Elijah will come again. From where? Where was he taken to? How about Paul being taken to the third heaven? Even Paul said, I don't know whether I was in the body or out of the body. How about the sons of God and the daughters of men? Some claim that the sons of God and the daughters of men are the children born by the intimacy between angels and humans. Others say they are the children born from the intimacy between the sons of Seth and the other descendants of men that were in sin. That deliberation has been there for aeon. No absolute position. How about the man of lawlessness that Paul spoke about at the end of time? Is he a spirit or a man? I'm trying to explain this so that when you are in battle, don't limit yourself and say, I know a lot of people who say this thing cannot happen, it's not in doctrine, this thing cannot happen. I don't preach extra biblical practices. I don't do that. But I can tell you that there are manifestations that you cannot explain with doctrine, that people are going through that you can't.
No preacher that I have came across talk about demons and Satan and spirits than this man of God here, Michael Orokpo. It looks to me like if he doesn't scare the people with all kinds of imaginary things, his church won't be full or his members won't stay. Because you see him talk about these things all the time. And he has a very nice way of explaining them. A very convincing way of explaining them. He talks about demons, talks about spirit, talks about this, about that. It is he who said that you have to be prayerful, you have to be strong, because demons are all over the place. And if you're not strong enough, they will attack you. So if you want to keep demons away, you have to be steadfast with the Lord. And I know for sure that the fear mongering tactics is a very effective one. I know that for sure, because I have seen fear being wielded against the people and how much it has worked. So, like I have said before, these preachers or some preachers have figured out that the only way they can keep their following, the only way they can keep their churches going is to come up with a fear mongering gospel. They have figured that out, and they are making sure they use it to the best of their ability. Now, like I've always told you before, my brothers and sisters, I am not against anyone's faith. That would be very wrong for me to do. I believe people have the right to worship whatever they want to, if that serves them best. But to me, I won't see something that I honestly think is not the right thing, and I kept quiet. I wouldn't do that. It's better for me to say something and then people don't take heed of what I said. It's better for me to come here and share my thoughts and my opinions about what I think some men of God are saying and about the manipulations and all the deceptions, and let the viewers or let the so-called Christians decide for themselves what they think is right for them or what they think is best for them. I also believe that knowledge is power, and the reason why some Christians might have been trapped in this web of lies is because they haven't had the opportunity to hear another side of the story. They have only heard one side of the story, and so they have taken it to be the truth. Had it been they heard another side of the story, the situation might have been a lot more different. So, let me put this plainly to you guys. Read your Bibles. Believe in whatever you believe in. But remember one thing. Only you can help yourself. Only you. And if you think that all these fear tactics that these people are using helps you, good and fine. But if you are in the church, wondering, asking yourself questions, just thinking to yourself, am I in the right place? Or what these people are saying, I have not experienced it myself. Is it the truth or not? If you are asking yourself all these questions, then you owe it to yourself to do some more research about this. And I can guarantee you one thing. If you do some research out of your religious bubbles, you will learn a lot of things. You will see that the whole world looks different from the outside. Take the challenge and see how it goes. There is nothing wrong in trying to learn something new. If you didn't learn anything new, you can always go back to your old ways. So, no harm done, isn't it? But you guys out there, let me ask you this question that I always ask you. What do you think might be the reason why some preachers like Michael Orokpo love the whole fear mongering doctrine? Why does he always like putting fear in the hearts of his members? Does he honestly believe that they are horrible entities, there are demonic entities that are out there to hurt his members? Or is he just being greedy and selfish and using this whole demons and spirit and Satan to hold his members hostage and make sure that they stick with him? What do you think might be the reason behind this? Share that thought with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Thanks for the love and support, and like always, see you in the next one.